Hello, everybody. Welcome to this very, very special edition of RussosBrand.com. I am like a kid in a candy store today. I compared this to me sitting down and having a conversation with the late, great John Lennon and Paul McCartney. Because sitting here with me, to me, is one of the greatest composers, songwriters of all time. Every WWE theme that you know, this is the genius that was behind. And I told him, listen, as the head writer of the Attitude Era, I can tell you right now, it would not have been the Attitude Era without the soundtrack. These are songs that will go down forever, that we all know, that are in our heads. And this is the man right here, the genius, Jim Johnston. Jim, how are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great, Vince. How are you?
Jim, you know.
I mean, I got to break right in. You know, this sort of happened a little bit by happenstance, and we got together, and then we sort of caught up after many years. And I think Vince just sort of casually said, wow, it'd be cool to have a theme. And I said, well, I'll write you a theme. I mean, it was really casual. It was and organic, which is nice. And no money involved. This is just two friends working together, which is cool.
But Jim, that's like I don't think you understand. This is like Picasso saying, "Yeah, I'll do a self-portrait of you, no problem." That's what this is, Jim.
Well, that's way overkind, but it was great putting this thing together and trying to figure out, because hey, Vince is a big personality, and I know from the years at WWE that the bigger the personality, the greater the pressure to. You got to hit that personality. You can't write some sort of generic wrestling theme and hope it sticks. It's got to be, it's got to be an Austin kind of thing. Austin's pissed off. The theme is pissed off. So I tried a bunch of different things as I usually do, and nothing was really sticking. And then I got in touch with Vince, and which I think threw him off a little bit. He didn't at first think, what the hell are you talking about? I said, I'm going to send you just a rhythm track, and I want you just to say stuff, anything. It could be, it could be words, it could be phrases. And he sends back this thing that I told him my first reaction was, it was like a sermon of how he sees life and what his show is about. And it was like, it made, from that moment forward, it made my job easy, because this was like the perfect lead vocal to this track. And now I just had to come up with kind of I wanted sort of a little bit of a brash groove, not really in your face. It's definitely nothing heavy metal or anything like that. It's just kind of a cool guy groove, but with his voice over it, it's like, suddenly you got Adele to sing your song. It just, it just finished it off. And it's so intriguing because you follow this narrative, which completely encapsulates kind of the philosophy of his podcasts, which I think is great, because that is the essence of branding, and that's what a theme is supposed to do. So I know he plans to play it, but I am sure you'll all agree. It's like, this is Vince Russo. It is, that's this, you won't ever be able to not hear this. I mean, you won't be able to ever hear this thing and not think of Vince Russo. I mean, because he's right there.
Jim, I just got to tell you, you just gave me the greatest sound clip I ever had, because Jim, this is an absolute shoot. I have to watch Raw on Monday nights, and I get paid to watch Raw, and I usually do a watch along with the fans. But Jim, I get so bored out of my mind, I start taking karaoke requests during Raw, and I'll just break into listen, whatever song you want. You just called me, you just compared me to Adele. So I'm going to use that as a selling point going forward, John.
You should go with that. Run with it.
Well, guys,
you should get Adele on the show.
Oh my God. Me and her can maybe.
Adele seems really cool. She seems like someone who, is not Hollywood, and it wouldn't surprise me at all to find out she and her boyfriend or girlfriends watched wrestling when she was younger.
Right.
Over in UK. So
key being when she was younger, not now. But anyway, Jim, that's a whole other conversation for another time that we are going to have, because I am going to have a conversation with the man behind the music. I know Jim's been interviewed hundreds of times, but not by me. And I mean, I was there. I was getting this music firsthand, and we're going to discuss that. But today, Jim even titled this song. He titled it, we are going to debut I'm Still Standin', Bro. Are you ready, Jim?
I'm ready.
Here we go. Good morning, bro. What's going on, bro? You and me, we're going to start the day right. Because today, we're going to get the truth, bro. We're going to get the whole truth and nothing but the truth. If you don't want to hear the truth, you're in the wrong place. There's no politics here, bro. There's no bullshit here, bro. Here, you have the right and the freedom to be you. Oh, baby, I'm getting those sounds. Yeah. Makes me mellow to the core, bro. Digging it? Are you digging it? Because here, we are all chill. Here, we are all chill. Here, we are all about being real. You want fluff? Go eat a fucking marshmallow. Ain't no fluff here. What we have here is attitude, bro. 100% attitude. My freedom of speech. A freedom that I revel in, bro. A freedom that I have earned. 30 years in the wrestling business, bro. And I'm still standing. Yeah, I've been blackballed, bro. But guess what? I still have my integrity. I still have my pride. And at the end of the day, bro, that's all that matters. You don't like me, bro? Real simple. Turn me off. Because I'm not going away. I'm going to be here all day and every day, right here on RussosBrand, telling you the truth, giving you the truth, right between the eyes. Deal with it or go home. Stand up or sit down. That's up to you. Me, I'm still standing, bro. There it is, Jim, the debut. Jim, I swear, bro, that it brings tears to my eyes. The honor, I don't think you understand. Jim, I got to ask you a couple of questions about this. Like you and I have the conversation. And Jim, as a writer, To me, it's when you've got that white sheet of paper staring you in the eye and you've got a deadline. People don't understand that. So I just want to ask you a couple of questions. You and I have a conversation. Like, Jim, where does your head go? Like, where do you start?
You just pick up an instrument or sit. Not always. I get a lot of good ideas in the shower. I guess that's because when you're in the shower, kind of the rest of the world is completely removed from you. So you're just inside your head.
Bro, I swear to God, that me too. 100% of the time in the shower, that's where it happens.
Yeah. But in the studio, I pick up a guitar or sit down at the piano and you just start noodling around and until something like, oh, that's kind of interesting. But generally I'm sort of working on grinding away in my mind before I even sit down, where I'm sort of thinking about the character, in this case, thinking about you and your show and your past and where you've come from, where you are now, all the things you've been through. And I guess I'm not really conscious of it, but I guess it's like you start to put together a storyline in your head, and it's like, okay, what would the score to this little movie be? What you want to say about this person. And for you, I got to the place that there are a bunch of things. I guess you narrow it down by, you start to realize things it's not. Is it a brash, hard-hitting, heavy metal wrestling theme? No, because you're not a wrestler. Mm-hmm. Is it a super modern Kanye West, urbanized R&B hit? It's like, no, that's not your vibe. Mm-hmm. Is it completely retro? No, it's not completely retro, because what you're doing now is completely current. Mm-hmm. You're kind of a New York guy and Rocky Mountain High, John Denver, mm-hmm. mixed into one. So you're brash, you're mellow, you're direct, you're kind, you're a lot of different things. And I think your VO was crucial to it, because you're the story in this story. I mean, you are the story. It's more than, because there's an important distinction between it being a character that you play on TV versus being you. Mm-hmm. Steve Austin, does he have parts of his personality that are similar to his character? Yes, and that's why his character is so good. It's a little bit of the Ringo Starr act naturally thing. Mm-hmm. When there's truth in the character, it makes the character much more truthful and believable. Mm-hmm. The difficulty comes when people are truly acting out a character, because you can never pull it off. You can never pull it off.
Yep.
But it's like you slip over from fantasy to reality, in your case, where you are Vince Russo. You're not playing Vince Russo. Mm-hmm. So the music can't get too far out in any sort of fantasy representation of you. And that's, again, why I think your VO, which I see as a vocal for this song, is so crucial.
Yeah, well, Jim, listen, two things, just so you know. Number one, that song will play every single day on RussosBrand.com, and Jim Johnston will get the mention, and I will talk about the greatness of Jim every single day. But Jim, here's the big one, Jim. I always my set list. I had my set list ready for my funeral, and the opening song was always going to be Rocky Mountain High. Oh, that was going to be that's me. I think that song was written for me But now we're going to close my funeral with this Jim Johnston original. Jim, I don't think there's anybody else that could say that.
Well, I almost hope there isn't. I'm not sure I want to go into the funeral music business. was never an aspiration.
No, I think, man, if I play,
thank you for that first.
Yeah, I think if I play that at my funeral, when people are leaving, they're going to be ready to take on the world, man. And that's what it is.
It is an interesting aspect to and I hope that happens at my funeral, that there's some element. I mean, yeah, you want people to be sad that you're gone, but at the same time, I like a little sense of hope and happiness too.
Yes, absolutely.
I'd like people to walk away and say, like, "Hey, I was fortunate to know the guy." That would be the biggest compliment of anybody's life, I think.
Well, Jim, there are a lot of people, a lot of total strangers that are fortunate to know you. The millions and millions of people that have. I mean, to this day, I hear about Jim Johnston's music, and man, when you just that thought alone, when you're talking about people like Austin and The Rock and these iconic figures, and along with that, you're talking about the man who created the music, bro. That is. Jim, this is an absolute honor. I want to have you on again sometime where we could talk. I mean, there are things I want to ask you. I've never had the opportunity to ask you, but I just want you to know, man, me, the brand, from the bottom of our heart, bro, you've given us the greatest gift here.
Oh, yeah, my pleasure. I'm happy to do it, and I look forward to sitting down and talking about life.
Yes. All right, everybody, there he will be back. The great Jim Johnston, the writer, composer of I'm Still Standing, bro. I'll see you guys next time.